Hello everyone, and welcome to Wednesday, October 21st of the 29th week in Ordinary Time of the liturgical calendar. Often when I do these reflections, I talk about the context of the scripture passage and offer some history about the passage and what it meant during Jesus' time. But today I'm going to do something a little different called Lectio Divina. And this is an ancient form of reading scripture that's not so much about studying it, but to make an experience of the heart. Lectio Divina includes reading scripture very slowly and several times, and to allow the words of the passage to really speak to us and unfold before us. It involves taking extended quiet time and just being in God's presence. And I have to say, as I'm out here today, it's not hard to imagine being in God's presence in the beauty of this day. So what I did with the readings from today is read them a few times and allowed a word or a verse to rise up within me, something that touches my heart. And in today's readings, I found that in the responsorial psalm. And the verse is, "My strength and my courage is the Lord." My strength and my courage is the Lord. And I took some quiet to try to understand how God was trying to talk with me through those words. And as I prayed about that, what arose in my heart are the many conversations that I've had, whether it be one-on-one on the phone, via email or Zoom, with parishioners and family and friends, and how so many people are feeling very down and anxious and overwhelmed by life these days. And as folks have shared that with me, I first, try to encourage them not to give themselves a hard time about it, because a lot of people are feeling this way. It seems as almost like the air that we breathe is filled with worry and uncertainty. And many are carrying a weight, this weight of feeling burdened by all that has transpired, either with the pandemic or politics, the upcoming election, the many divisions that we're experiencing. And it's really enough to wear down the most resilient person. And so that verse, "My strength and my courage is the Lord." My strength and my courage is the Lord. So what if we believed that we shouldn't rely on just ourselves? What if we're being called to know that our strength and courage maybe are not found in us, but in the Lord? And as I continued to pray about this, a memory came to mind. When I was in college, my dad was diagnosed with brain cancer, and it was a very difficult 2 years as we took care of him. And he died not long after I graduated from college. And I remember feeling just completely exhausted and down. And I didn't think that I ever could feel happy again. And a friend of mine suggested that maybe I needed to see a counselor. And I was hesitant at first because I just didn't think that it could help me. Like, that's how down I felt, that I was like, no, that's not really going to work. And this person, someone that I trusted with my life, said, "If you can't imagine it for yourself, do you trust me enough to believe in you and that you will get better? Let me carry the burden for you." And because I trusted this person, I started with some counseling, and little by little, I started to come back to life and started to feel some happiness and trust that things would get better. My strength and my courage is the Lord. I share that story because I believe that there are times when we need to surrender to God what we feel is beyond our own strength. And that can mean God coming to us in someone we trust, someone we love who will carry us through, like the person I shared in my story. Or God can come to us in an experience of something that we love, like music or being outside, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing, an experience that brings us to life inside again. Or God can be found in receiving the Eucharist and participating in the sacraments, where we feel God's tangible presence right there within us. I've come to believe that in the moments when nothing seems to make sense, and we really can't see the path ahead of us, that's when I'm reminded that what I need is not found within myself, but in God. What if we can hear God saying to us what my friend said to me all those years ago? So God is saying to us, if you can't imagine feeling better and doing it yourself, do you trust me enough to believe that I will be your strength and courage? Let me carry for you what seems too great a burden for you right now. My strength and my courage is the Lord. So during these days ahead, may you and all you love come to know that your strength and your courage is the Lord. And I'm praying with you every day. And until we see each other again, I wish you much hope and much peace.